Hey, I'm Jesse Hunt with Unofficial. We're a web design and digital marketing agency located in downtown Memphis. Since 2002, I've been helping Mid-South businesses just like yours improve their websites and find more customers on the internet. Today, I'm going to perform a video website audit on your website that'll show you some areas for improvement that might be hurting your business. The entire audit will take 15 to 20 minutes and should leave you substantially more informed about what's working and what's not working so well on your website. I hope you'll find the audit informative and that you'll keep me in mind if you ever need some help working on your existing website or building a new one. Thanks a lot for watching. Let's get started.
Hey Maureen, so as you can see, we're here on the home page of your website, and what I'd like to do is scroll through your website, click on a few of the pages, make some comments on the things that I'm seeing here, and provide some feedback on what I'm seeing on the website. From there, we'll click over and we'll look at some tools that Google provides us with and kind of get a feel for what Google's take on your website is. From there, we'll look at some Google results and see how you're ranking in some of the Google search results. And from there, we'll come back to your website, use a few utilities that I've got here on my computer, and get a better understanding of what's happening behind the scenes on your website. So when I land on your website, the first thing I see, I guess my eyes are drawn kind of to this bulk of text down here that says "Thank you for visiting." Certainly saying "Thank you for visiting," I guess is a good first thing for me to see when I land on your website. Overall, though, I feel like the website just looks dated, I guess is the right word. And please understand, I mean no offense by any of this. When I do these audits, I just tell it the way I see it because I feel like the audit's more useful that way. So I don't mean any criticism. I don't know who built this website. Heck, you might have built it yourself, and if so, I mean no offense. But it just feels a little dark and dreary. It doesn't seem vibrant, and I don't know. I just feel like when somebody's looking for a great place to get their hair cut or to get their hair styled or find a spa or something like that, that you want to see something that's really stylish. That's the word I'm looking for, stylish. So I don't feel like the website is representative of the style, that a person might expect from a salon when they're looking for somewhere to have their hair done or their nails or a massage or something like that. Beyond that, the home page here, it's a little short on text from a search engine standpoint, ranking well in the search engines. Google really likes to have a lot of text. So don't get me wrong, I know you don't want to put so much text that it overwhelms people and makes it where it's like, oh, this is hard to read. But I would probably recommend having a nice big header image that shows really nice pictures, whether that's pictures of your salon, pictures of your stylist working, whether that's pictures of people with really cool hairstyles, whatever that might be. We can certainly discuss that if that's something you want to talk about with me. But big nice pictures, and then below that have text broken up in little sections. And I would try to get greater than 300 words of text on this page. So it's a lot more text than you've currently got, but break it up where it's in bite-sized chunks so it's not overwhelming. Beyond that, I see you've got your phone number down here at the bottom, your name, address, and phone number in the footer. I'd probably recommend trying to put a phone number somewhere up here in the header where it makes it really easy for people to be able to find your contact information as soon as they're ready to get in touch. One other thing you might consider doing is putting a contact form on every page of the website so that like a request an appointment form or something, so that people could fill out a form, shoot you an email, and really quickly be able to request information about getting an appointment with you. I'm going to click through here. Let's see, your contact us page. All right, so I like that you've got your hours on here. I think that's good. I like that you've got your address and phone number here. Once again, I'd probably recommend having a contact form where people can fill out a contact form in order to send you an email directly through the website. Come over here to your services page. So this page seems a little boring and disorganized, I think. It's the spacing here between each of these services. It's different between each one. They don't line up here on the left side, so I'm not sure why they don't line up properly. and then there's no content to tell me more about it. So when I first land here on first glance, it feels like this is all the information that you've got about your services: hair, nails, aesthetics, Nova Lash, and massage, and that's it. And then this click here, gallery of services, it really lines up funny. So I think this page needs some work. If we click on these, then you can go in and you can dig down to get a little more information about the specific services that you offer. I think this is good. Probably could be organized a little prettier than this, but I think it's got the information that you need there. My concern on this main services page, though, is these don't even really look like links to me. So if I hadn't moused over them and just realized that the arrow turns into a hand whenever I mouse over it, I might not have even realized that this was a page where I could click through and get more information about the specific services. Look at one more of these here, massage. Yeah, same feedback there. And so then if we go to products, so this page has lots of content. That's a good thing. You might consider breaking it up a little more so it's not quite so much text all just in one big row down the right side of the page here. But I do like that you've got more content on this page from a search engine standpoint. I think that's a good thing. I like your stylist page here with content about each stylist. I think that's good. Spacing's a little funny here. Maybe that was intentional. Maybe that was in order to separate the management staff from the other staff. But if not, the spacing seems to be a little different between each of these. And same thing here. You got more space between this one than you do between this one. So just little inconsistencies. You know, the devil's in the details. Those little things are the things I'd be trying to tidy up if you were looking at redesigning this website or doing a website refresh. When I go to events, there's really no information about any upcoming events. I expected to see upcoming events here, and what I got instead looks more like a photo gallery. So I might have called this photo gallery instead of events. Either that or create an event calendar and actually talk about upcoming events. We go to your blog. I see you haven't blogged since March of 2014. Blogs are a great way to provide information and to add more content to your website to improve your search engine rankings, but I'm not a fan of a blog if it doesn't get updated. And the fact that this one hasn't been updated in over 2 years, I think really detracts from your website rather than enhancing your website. The other thing I noticed, if I click on comments here, check this out. So I clicked on comments on this blog post, and when I look at what comes up, it's all spam. This is where people have spammed your contacts, or I'm sorry, your comments on your blog post. But you've got stuff about Old World Pizza and cosmetic laser surgery Mumbai and Louis Vuitton outlet and loose white sapphires. This is just spam. This is junk. This really needs to be cleaned up. I think that looks really bad whenever it's on a blog. It just looks like your blog's not taken care of, like nobody's paying attention to what's happening with it. If we go to feedback, all right, so here you've got a contact form. Not sure why you didn't have a contact form on your Contact Us page, but that's good. I'm curious what's the difference between feedback and Contact Us? Because I would view those kind of as the same thing. I guess maybe you're looking for feedback after somebody's already had a service or something like that, but I feel like maybe those two pages could be combined into one. Employment, I think that looks okay. Yoga. Yeah, your pictures here are lined up kind of funny. They're kind of all jagged and not really in a row. I think just overall tidying up the design could really help some with your website. November promo is what it says here on this monthly promotions page. Obviously, we're a long way from November. I mean, you couldn't be much further from November, forward or backwards. So, just feel like the website feels a little neglected here, and I feel like a potential customer might feel the same way if they came to your website. So let's look. I've got another tab open here. What I did here is I searched your business name. I searched Pastille Salon, Cordova, Tennessee. And what I wanted to look at right off the bat was this local listing that Google's got over here for you, where they've got information about your business. These Google local results can really be good for like local optimization, showing up if people are looking for somebody nearby. If somebody's in Cordova and they search salons near me, for example, having a good local listing will make you show up. Likewise, if somebody searches for salons in Cordova, having good local listings can make you show up. It looks here to me like some things need to... Oh, I see. You got to make an appointment here. This is actually not bad. I think this is pretty good. Looks like you've claimed this and set it up. This is pretty good. I have one concern here. If we come back to your website and we look down here in the footer, Google likes to see that you have really consistent name, address, and phone number information on your website, on your Google local results, and then on other websites across the internet that talk about you. And so what I've noticed here is here you refer to your business as Pastille Salon, and then if we come over to the Google results, Google calls it Pastille Salon and Spa. Now, that seems really minor, but that's a big enough deal that it could negatively impact how well you rank in Google's local search results. I would definitely recommend working diligently to get your Google local results optimized so that it perfectly matches what's on your website, or changing your website so that it perfectly matches what's in your Google local result. But having those consistent will help you to improve your search engine rankings. Next thing here, I searched a little bit on you, and I found this article in the Commercial Appeal that's all about you and the salon and the historic ambiance of your salon. I didn't see that anywhere through your website. I just wonder if maybe there should be an in the news section or something on your website where you post stuff like that. I mean, I didn't spend much time looking, but I'm curious if you have other mentions in the news or in the media where that could be incorporated into your website. Those things help with Google to establish trust. When you link to an article that's about you like that, Google looks at that and says, oh, that's a trust factor. That's good. On the other hand, when a visitor comes to your website and they've never heard of you before and they're considering you, I think articles like this just show that you're reputable and that you've been around for a while and kind of speak to who you are. So I would try to incorporate things like this into your website. Next here, this is a tool provided by Google to website developers. It's called the Mobile Friendly Test, and Google wants to see that your website works properly on mobile devices, that the text is nice and easy to read, that the buttons are big enough to click without hitting the wrong buttons. Google just wants to make sure that when they send you mobile visitors, that they have a good user experience, and so much so that Google's even said that they show preference to websites in their search results that are mobile friendly. Now, as you can see, it says, awesome, this page is mobile friendly. So your website is mobile friendly, which is definitely a good thing. I apologize about the phone continually ringing. I meant to leave that outside of the room. At any rate, this is how Google sees your website as a mobile device. So I assume that if I were to open your website up on an iPad or an iPhone, it would probably look very much like this. Honestly, this just feels boring. I think this needs pictures. It needs to be livened up. The mobile version of your website should be, it should capture people right off the bat, and instead people land on your homepage and they're immediately faced with this long list of choices they have to make. And I feel like your mobile version could be spruced up. It could look so much nicer. Next here, I tried to put myself in the shoes of somebody that might be a potential customer of yours. I said, okay, if I was looking for what these folks do, what would I type into Google in order to find you? So the first thing that came to mind, I saw you were in Cordova, so I typed Cordova Salon. That seemed logical enough. The first results we get up here, we call this a map result. So you got 3 listings here in this map result, and showing up here is based very much on. It has to do with your website, but also having a consistent name, address, and phone number. We talked about that earlier. Having that on every page of your website, having it very consistent with your listing. They look at things like how many reviews you've got and some other trust factors, but you're not showing up in the top 3 here for Cordova Salon. So I definitely think there's room for improvement there, and there's some things that could be done to improve your rankings there. Below those 3 local results there, we've got what we call organic results from here to here. Organic results are determined in large part on your website, how well your website was built. Do you have the right keywords in the right places, the right number of times? Do other websites link back to you? And when they link to you, do they use your keywords as link text? How old is your website? Has it been around for a while? Has the domain name been online for a while? So Google's looking at those kind of things to determine how well you rank here in these results. Now the good news is when we search Cordova Salon up here, you're showing up currently in the #1 spot in the organic results. So good job there. I think that's solid, and obviously no critique necessary on that one. Next, I searched Cordova nail salons. In the local results, you see Ann's Nails, K Nails, Special Nail Salon. You're not showing up there in the top 3, so I think there's room for improvement there. Down here in the organic results, as we scroll through, we got Yelp, 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 Yelp. So the top 4 spots are taken by Yelp right now. Locality, Yellow Pages, Angie's List, Facebook. There's really not a single competitor showing up in the top 10 results here other than like online directories, but there are no websites for actual nail salons. I think that's a missed opportunity. I think with a little bit of work, it almost certainly could put your website in the top 10 results for that keyword. So definitely some opportunity for improvement there to get more visitors and ultimately more sales through your website. Lastly, I searched Cordova Massage. As you can see, Serenity, Asia Foot Massage, and Relaxing Spirit Massage Therapy show up in the local results, so you're not showing up there. As we scroll down through here, so here's a real competitor, Serenity Day Spa showing up. Massage Envy is showing up twice. Cordova, I'm not sure how you say that, but they're showing up, not sure who that is. But again, you're not showing up in the top 10 results here. So I think there's definitely room for improvement in your search results. With some of the changes that I've suggested so far today, I definitely think you could see some improved search results. If that's something you'd like to talk more about, I'd love to chat with you about it and discuss how we can help you get more traffic to your website. I'm going to come back to your website real quick, look at 1 or 2 more things, and we'll wrap this up. First, I'm going to click on this little icon I've got on my browser. This is a utility that I've got installed here. It's called the Google Tag Assistant, and it scans your website looking for Google tags in your code. As you can see, result of tag analysis, 0 in total. So you don't have any Google tags installed on your website. That's unfortunate. I was really hoping to see a Google tag called Google Analytics. Google Analytics tracks the visitors that come to your website. It tells you how many visitors you're getting, how often they come back to the website, what did they look at while they're there, how did they get to your website in the first place? Did they come from Facebook, or did they come from Twitter, or did they come from Google, or whatever? And then what did they do while they were there? Did they click through to your contact page and fill out a contact form to get in touch, or did they land on your homepage and immediately bail and leave without taking any action? Google Analytics provides really good data to be able to measure how well your website's working as a marketing tool and to be able to determine whether you're getting a good return on investment. It's free software. You'll need a little bit of HTML experience in order to install it, but I'd highly recommend installing that and keeping track of how your website's performing day to day, month to month, year to year. Last thing I want to look at here, I've got this little utility installed here on my browser. It's called SEO Quake, and this is just a quick page SEO audit. It basically scans your code and shows me some of the things that were done to improve your search engine rankings so I can describe them to you real easily. The first one I want to look at is your title. Your title appears in the browser. It appears up here in these tabs at the top of the screen. In a search result in Google, they display your title tag right here at the top of your listing. So it's the actual link that people click on to come to your website. So as you can see, your title tag here is Pastille Salon and Spa, Home, Cordova TN. It's not bad. I would probably get rid of the home and maybe try to add another keyword or two to the end of this. So Pastille Salon and Spa, Cordova TN, hair and nail salon and massage therapy, or something like that. I'd like a little more time to think on that before we choose exactly what keywords to use here, but I would recommend trying to squeeze another keyword into your title tag. It could really help your search engine rankings. Next up is made a description. If we come back over here to your Google listing, so we talked about this being your title tag, and then obviously this is your website address, and then below that, below that down here, there's some description of your website. Now, when you've got a good made a description tag available on your website, Google will put it right here. But if Google doesn't like what you've got for your made a description, it just grabs some random text off of your website. Your made a description is Pastille Group LLC, Memphis TN. So obviously Google's not using that as the description because they didn't feel like it was compelling enough. It wasn't descriptive enough. I think you should probably change your meta description tags and try to make it really compelling. Good meta descriptions won't help you to rank higher in the search engines, but they definitely help you to describe why somebody should click on your website instead of the competition. So having really good meta descriptions can mean the difference between you getting the customer and your competitor getting the customer. So definitely worthwhile to work on. Next, headings. It shows that you have no headings on your website. So usually a heading is big, bold text above a section of paragraph text. So for example, I might have expected this "thank you for visiting" to be a heading, although it doesn't appear that your website was coded that way. Headings are a really great place to put your keywords if you want to rank well in the search engines for them. So I would definitely recommend adding some headings to your website and making sure that you incorporate your keywords into those headings. Images, it says you've got images without alt text. So sometimes when you hover over an image, it'll pop up a little description of what the image is, and that's the alt text. That's useful for example, if a blind person was on your website using a screen reader, the screen reader would read that alt text as a description of what the website's about. Well, Google's a lot like a screen reader. It doesn't understand pretty pictures. It just understands text. So that alt text tells Google what the picture's about, and if you use your keywords in that text, can increase the likelihood that you rank well in Google for those keywords. So definitely would recommend adding alt text to all of your images. Text to HTML ratio, 5.69%. That's really low. I definitely think you need to add more text to the website. That'll help your search engine rankings for sure. Let's see. So we scroll down through here. The only other thing I see that I think is a real problem is the Google Analytics is missing, and we've already talked about that. The rest of these don't seem to be that big of a deal. I'd say clean them up if you're going to fix the other things that I talked about, but other than that, they're not that big of a deal. So, Maureen, I'm going to wrap it up right here. I don't want to take up too much of your time or overwhelm you too much with this. I hope you found this video website audit to be informative and helpful. My ultimate goal is to become a resource to you, help you better understand your website and the effects that it has on your business. I want to earn your trust and ultimately become your go-to website guy. So I would love to have an opportunity to work with you, help you fix the things that we've talked about here today, redesign this website and make it more current and make it a better marketing tool for you if that's something you're interested in talking about. I'm going to package this video up and shoot it over to you in an email here in just a few minutes, and then I'll follow up with you in just a couple days to make sure that you receive the email, see if you have any questions about it, and just see if there's anything I can do to help you out. So I appreciate you taking the time to watch the video. Thanks a lot, and I look forward to talking to you real soon. Bye-bye.